Cousin Internet. It's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show. And with me, for the first time back since the United States of America eradicated COVID single-handedly, it's Cousin Ed.
Yes, God bless America.
We did it.
And it's mission accomplished. Now we got the Mopo to worry about.
What? Oh, monkeypox?
Yeah, Mopo, man. 6 cases now in Florida. The first case they found in Orange County was today.
It's still like fluid transmission, right?
Yeah. You have to have very close contact over a long period of time. It's not like just general contact.
Yeah.
But here's what sucks.
Yeah.
If you get
Mopo?
contracted with the Mopo, they say, don't kiss anyone or have sex with anyone who's had monkeypox. They don't know for how long.
Oh, wait. What? It's don't kiss or have sex with anyone who has monkeypox.
Who has had monkeypox.
Oh, I mean, I think you would know.
So once that person has had it and they got over it, because apparently you can get over it with some sort of antiviral. I'm not.
It's called the power of prayer, Ed.
Is it?
It's how we stop school shootings.
We don't know that they can't, get intimate again. That sucks. It's like now you've become like this unclean, like it's
unclean.
It's like a leper. You're gonna have to wait for Jesus to come out of the tomb and touch you.
Yeah, even Jesus is like, ugh.
Yeah, is that the Mopo? I don't know.
I'm going back in this cave.
Let me check with Dad.
How are you doing in general now?
I'm good.
You have had COVID, correct?
I did. I had COVID twice.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
I didn't know we were keeping score.
Yeah. But that has nothing to do with intimacy.
No,
apparently.
Oh no, you can get it from being intimate with someone.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like you're restricted from that.
Like I didn't get mine from a prostitute. I don't care what anyone else says.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't. I was wearing a mask
on your penis. There you go.
That's right, a penis mask.
No, nobody could tell what it was. It was, what is that?
A friend of mine was just at an event where they give you like merch. You know this person as well. And he was posted a picture on his Instagram of the merch, and one was a mask, like not a COVID mask. It was like Halloween maskish, eye holes and a mouth hole, and then a condom. And I was like, that's kind of a fun thing. And he's like, yeah, something for both your heads. And I said, well, hopefully the other one doesn't have so many holes in it, as a little joke, because you could get the COVID.
Yeah, there's other things that can happen through a hole in a condom.
And you're exaggerating.
But you have to have that hole to let all the bacteria out because, you want to keep it clean.
I don't want to get that inside of my pee-pee hole.
Right, exactly. You have to let it all out.
So let me ask you this, a little bit of a personal question here. How are you and your girlfriend doing?
We broke up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Late March.
Was it because of Mopo?
It was not because of Mopo. It was, I would say probably the most accurate description is that we ran our race. That was it. We went as far as we can go. And
who came first?
Well, at various times. No, it was very amicable. The breakup was very pleasant. I'm not pleasant.
It was a good one. Like
it was a lot of fun.
I plan on doing it again.
It was a fun breakup. No, it was a breakup that I would dare say was necessary, but she is now moved on with her life. She's,
She dating someone?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yep. I don't feel comfortable speaking about her life.
Good for her.
Because it's her life.
Good for her.
But for all I know, at the time of this broadcast, maybe she's not, and that's not my business.
Well, I mean, depending on when you're listening to this, if you're listening to this podcast 75 years from now in holographic form, she could be dead.
That's true.
I'm not wishing that.
Yeah.
I see you smiling and chuckling when I say it.
I am not smiling, nor am I chuckling. I'm chuckling and smiling at you being an idiot. But for all I know in this broadcast, maybe they won't be together. And I have no place in that loop of information.
You know what I like about you, Ed, is you're not afraid to show your age by saying things like broadcast on a podcast.
Yeah, there you
go. On a like when you said you were going to call me, you said, "Hey, I'm going to telegraph you. I'm I'm. What was your address for telegraphs?
Yeah, it's wireless 675. No, I do tend to use words that are a little bigger than what other people need to hear. And
whoa! What do you mean? What does bigger mean? You mean big?
When I teach, a lot of times I'll be teaching class and I'll have to define a word as I'm teaching, as I'm speaking.
Top 3 favorite words. Go.
Loquacious.
Okay, that's a name. I believe I met a girl named Loquacious.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Number 2.
Congruent.
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 Okay.
Yes.
And Ed's number 1 word.
Oh, I didn't know I was ranking them.
Yeah. No, that's what we were doing.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Yes,
Oh,
fastidious.
that's good. I like Pyrrhic.
Pyrrhic. I'm unfamiliar.
Like a Pyrrhic victory.
Do elucidate.
A Pyrrhic. It was a Pyrrhic victory, meaning we won the battle, but at a heavy cost.
Wow, I'm going to use that.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
But you are quite loquacious.
Give me the definition.
Someone who uses a lot of language and is very talkative.
Right. What'd you say about me?
I said you're loquacious.
Say that again. Oh, Jesus.
I would.
I wasn't saying, oh, Jesus, to you. I was saying, oh, Jesus, my foot got caught in the cables under the cable.
I do want him to come out of the tomb so he can touch you and cure you with Mopo.
Man, can you imagine, like, how frustrating it would be to be Jesus? The things that people are asking for. Like, I mean, I imagine it was difficult for him to come back the first time.
Right.
It took 3 days. And he was fresh. Right? Like,
well, he got hung up at the TSA.
But I mean, imagine he's like, oh, every time I come back now, I have to be born again and live this life.
Yeah.
And then he shows up with it. He's like, hey, what was it you were asking for? And like, oh, I really was wanting Tom Brady to make this pass.
Yeah.
Gah!
Yeah, but that was years ago. Where have you been? It's funny. I remember not too long ago, you asked me, we were backstage at a different show.
It's axed.
You asked me.
Thank you.
A question.
That's good.
You wanted to know what superpower would I have.
Right.
And I said I would have the power of healing, so that if someone came up and said, oh, I have a broken arm, I would just touch you and be like, well, now you don't.
Yeah.
And then you said to me, so your superpower would be that you're Jesus.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess so. But yeah, I mean, how is that not the greatest superpower?
Because you can't fly. Like that sucks.
I bet there's like a loophole I can figure out.
What, you're healing the air with your feet?
Yeah, something like that.
There's microplastics.
There's probably some sort of, loophole. Got to get a lawyer involved to figure that one out.
In what is my favorite of my books, Parker and Jesus Save the World, Jesus is a Frisbee goes into a fountain by a lake, and Parker's like, oh shit, he's going to do that walking on water thing, and people are going to freak out if they see him. So he like chases him down, and Jesus just like reaches in and picks it up and hands it to the kid. And he's like, oh, I thought you were going to do that walking on water shit. And Jesus is like, what are you talking about? Walking on water? And he's like, I thought you there was a story where you walked on water. He's like, no, I've never done that. He's like, I can communicate with fish, so I have walked out and the fish have made a path for me. And he's like, great. It's like you're just like an OP Aquaman.
Aquaman. I was thinking the same thing. But still, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I just thought it would be funny if
poor Aquaman, he gets a bad rap.
If Jesus's powers were real, but they weren't what we thought of at all. Like I had written a Duty Humor sketch years ago that was the truth behind the feeding of the masses. And it was Jesus and his disciples. Jesus was like, take this and feed all of these people. And they're like, there's only 2 loaves of bread. And he's like, my Lord will find a way.
It is the wedding at Canaan he speaks of.
And the guys are just trying to be like, hey, do you want some of this bread? Achoo! And they sneeze on the bread, and people are like, no, I don't. I'm good. And they're just trying to make people disgusted and not want the bread.
So then the bread lasts.
Yeah, and then when they're done, they're like, it's a miracle.
Wow. This has nothing to do with this disgusting bread.
Well, I mean, going back to your relationship.
Yes, or lack thereof.
Right. And that's the more important part, is that now that opens you wide up to do a dating game on the podcast.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, because I have not been doing well in the dating app world.
What apps are you on?
Well, back in the long ago, before I had my relationship I just got out of, I was on...
I'm sorry, did you write a personals ad in the daily newspaper?
No, no, I didn't. Nor did I send out my letters of interest to a matchmaker. No, I was on Bumble. I was on Hinge.
See, Hinge is after me.
Yeah.
Like Hinge came out after I met Renette.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll download it and mess around.
That was like 2 years ago. You what?
I said, I'll download it and mess around a little bit.
Yeah, well,
I just want to see what it's all about.
Yeah. But yeah, a friend of mine who, does some side coaching with dating apps and stuff like that.
Right.
She suggested to me, she goes, well, do a dating app a month, because for guys, most of the time we have to pay.
Yeah.
It's, women are like, what? You have to pay for dating apps?
Yeah.
I'm like,
They have no
welcome,
idea.
welcome to our world. And I was like, I just don't want to keep on forking over for what? For an app. I don't even buy apps, apps in general. I won't buy. But she said, it's the cost of one bad date. So do a different dating app a month.
Well, you know what the real cost of a bad date is?
What's that?
Mopo.
That's right. It's one bad date. Do a different dating app a month and see how it works for you. So after this month, I'm ending Tinder.
Okay.
Because Tinder hasn't done anything for me.
Right.
I get some people who respond and are interested.
Yeah.
And then they don't. I go, hey, how you doing? Or some, innocuous message, something friendly, nothing too weird, Nothing. Just no response back.
You should try Grindr if you haven't done that one yet.
Yeah.
Download that.
I should be all over that.
Give me your phone. I'm going to sign up for you.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't even want you to look at your profile. I'm just going to start swiping, and then I will let you know when you're going to meet some people.
I might be popular on Grindr. No, but I'm not popular on Tinder, nor am I popular on Facebook dating.
All right, well, hold on. This is asking me what to make your account name on. I'm going to say Papa Bear. That's fun, right? Ladies love big old Papa Bears.
Yeah, that's true. It's I don't remind them of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So I'm innocent, and
you know what? I'm even going to say you would love Three Bears.
That'd be nice, yeah, because then that would be an attribute to the story.
Yep. And that you like your porridge extra hot.
Well, actually, I'm not a big fan of porridge.
Oh, okay. So
I like sausage. I like Italian sausage.
I'll put that in here.
That's one of my favorite dishes.
This, you know what? I think this is going to be very good.
Yeah, I really like that.
How picky are you?
Well, I mean, it all depends. I mean,
you know what? I'll have them surprise you.
There you go. That's a good idea.
You know what? Speaking of bad dates.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the bad date that you called me on a while ago? It's one of my favorite. It was your first date.
I vaguely remember this.
All right. Let me paint the picture for you.
Oh my gosh. Why can't I remember this?
You were recently single.
Yeah.
And this was a first date with someone.
Yes. Keep going.
And you called me. I can't believe you're not remembering this right now. You called me.
You have a lot of faith in my memory.
Oh, okay. You called me and said, Todd, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck on this date. And I was like, oh, well, find a way out of there. And you're like, well, she drove. And I was like,
yes. Well, this was a while ago.
Yeah. And I was like,
this wasn't recent.
No.
This was when we were at the winery.
You were recently single.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
This was back in, oh God, we're probably talking about 2018, 2019.
Yeah. But you can't count the last 2 years.
You expect me to remember way back then?
So he's like, Ed says, I need help. I can't get out of this date. And I'm like, well, just leave. Tell her you have to go. An emergency came up. And he says, she drove me here. And I'm like, oh, well, that's
on the first date.
On a first date, that's kind of a bad move driving together anyway, just in case. Well, can you Uber? And you were like an hour and a half outside of town.
We're at Lake Ridge Winery.
Yeah,
for the winery tour.
You went out of city
for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour.
Oof. And I remember just going, Ed, coffee. Take him to coffee.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was doing, but that was when I first started dating.
Yeah,
that was when I first started going to the dating pool. I haven't had situations like that. Like when you said recent, I'm like, gosh, I don't remember a recent. I mean, I really haven't had any dates recently. Since the breakup in March. I went out to dinner with a woman who we met on Facebook dating, but almost as soon as we met, it was very clear that it was like,
Is Facebook dating like the Facebook marketplace? Like after you meet someone and now you're in a committed relationship, you keep getting messages going, "Hey, is this available?"
yeah, that's.
Would you?
No, Facebook dating sucks because you put in your radius. Like, say I want 50 miles from my home.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you put in. I'm getting people in Miami, Port St. Lucie, Jacksonville,
pronounced
Atlanta. Majami.
Yes.
I'm getting people in California.
Right.
And I keep on looking back going, did I set this wrong?
You know what? That's the thing that kind of bothered me about Tinder. Now, Tinder, if you're just looking to hook up, I feel like that's the app for.
Nope, it's not actually, because everybody who I've come across on Tinder is not interested in hookups. No hookups. Everyone, no hookups.
Well, you're also looking at older women.
Yeah, I mean, my age range I set it at was 33 to 52. I don't think 30. I'm 52. Well, I don't think that 33 is that.
And I don't
old.
want to have sex with you either.
I don't think 33 is that old of a woman.
No. It's not.
But even these women in their 30s, no hookups.
Long-term
relationship only.
When I was on Tinder, I remember matching with people that we matched, we would start talking, and then I would get I'm just here for the week. I live elsewhere, and I ended up matching with a girl from France. And she had left after we matched, but we started talking and we hit it off, and we had this great long distance friendship.
Great. That hasn't happened to me at all. Nothing's happened to me on Tinder. Do
you want me to use my hand on you?
It's been a field of suckdom.
I see. Suckdom. I'm not going to do that.
Here, you want to see my app? My page?
Okay. Can I critique it?
You want to see my Facebook dating one or my Tinder one?
Let's start with Tinder, since that's the one. You're losing Tinder at the end of this month, right?
Yes.
All right. So someone helped you with this already?
Yeah.
All right. What? It's taking you far too long to pull up your Tinder.
Well, it says edit profile, and I don't want to edit. There you go.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, so your first picture is you wearing a graduation gown.
Yes, because it's professorial gown.
Yeah, you look learned.
I am learned.
That's
important to me, by the way.
No, yeah, of course. Why can't I scroll beyond your?
I don't know.
That's probably the problem. Is that's all you have is one photo, and you can't get past it.
You tap it to go to the next one.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
And then if you want to see my profile, what I wrote, it's there.
Okay. So I'll look at. All right, so the first professorial look was good. That was good. You live less than a mile away. All right.
Of myself. Yeah.
Right. About me.
Go
Actor.
ahead. You can read it. Go ahead.
Actor. Teacher. Dad. I feel like father would have been better because it's a little bit more stern.
Yeah, but dad's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Liberal, agnostic, lover of cinema. I'm 6'3". Now, see, that's an advantage that you have.
You would think, but
that's
nothing.
An advantage. Josh, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6". Just cut the whole profile.
He's 6'3". Yeah, if Josh just said if you cut your whole profile down to just being I'm 6'3".
I'm 6'3". There you go.
You'll get messages. Josh, you're 5'6". Are you on Tinder or any of these things?
Yeah.
How's that going?
I got one person that want to be in some kind of weird, I would be
the third person.
So for those who can't hear this, so we got Josh saying that he's got one person who wanted him to be a third in a three-way, I guess.
No, not a three-way. I was the other man.
Oh, you'd be the guy on the side. The
Open
husband's a cuck.
relationship.
Oh, okay.
With the guy on this, he'd be the guy on the side.
We just a couple podcasts ago, Ali and I were answering. We were doing good, bad, and awful advice with what people said, and someone said, "I want one partner in a relationship wants to be open, and the other one doesn't." And we solved that. You can make that work.
Idea.
You can make. You could totally make that work. One girl just said, "Yep." Yuckers, as in gross. Oh, fuck her.
That's nice. That's nice. Thanks for that message.
Don't fuck her. That's yeah. Yeah. So, have you come across? Have you happened upon any women that did the "How tall are you" thing? I see that on Reddit all the time. I didn't really experience that.
Yeah, I've gotten that, not like, how tall are you?
Yeah, because I'm 5'10" in shoes.
I had one woman who asked me, "Are you really 6'3"? And I said, "Yeah, I'm really."
That's
6'3".
apparently very important.
Yeah, but
All right.
that only happened with one message.
I'm 6'3" and currently 230 pounds. I'm physically active and health conscious, but not a gym rat or health nut. The haha is not written in there.
But maybe I should.
Yeah. I work a lot, but I will try my best to find time for self-care, like dating. Not opposed to LTR, long-term relationship, or long-term? Yeah.
Long term.
But not specifically looking for that either. Just looking to spend some time with a woman that I can't stop thinking about. Scorpio, non-smoker. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and then look at my other pictures.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying, I don't know why I'm not getting.
Are you
any
trying
messages.
to date me,
I'm
or
not getting any messages? And there's no reason. I would look at that profile and be like, "That's a great guy."
not opposed to long-term relationship? Sounds like you're not really looking for a long-term
I'm
relationship.
not. No.
Right, but that's something about that might be a turnoff.
So
I don't know
just
if
take
you're
it out.
if you're a female listener and someone says not opposed to a long-term. That's like if you and I are going to go out to dinner. I'm like, well, what are you looking for? And you're like, I'm not opposed to pizza. Like then I go, well,
Yeah,
I don't.
so let's have pizza.
I don't really know if
I
you
want
want
pizza.
that.
So let's have
Yeah.
pizza. You're not opposed to
You
it.
don't understand that women are crazy. They don't understand things the way when I
Once
say
again,
crazy.
back to Grinder.
Right. Yeah, that's the only thing I see is when you say not opposed to long-term relationship, it doesn't sound like, and I know you don't want a long-term relationship,
Right.
but you gotta.
But also, if that happens, I'm not going to be like,
Right.
run away.
But
No.
I feel like the better way of putting that is, I have no preconceived notions. I'm open to everything.
And then I'm going to wind up in Josh's situation.
Yeah. Hey, whatever.
with some-
John, did you ever
some
meet up?
third.
Did you ever meet up with that girl? Oh, they just talked.
They just talked.
And you're saying you got one good bit out of it, but imagine if you actually went out with them, you'd get another solid.
You got a tight 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Yuckers that's
That's
all right.
someone being a jerk.
So the second photo is you
Casually leading.
black shirt, black t-shirt, jeans, casually leaning against a gray concrete wall. Not looking at the camera because you couldn't care less if someone's
Yeah.
taking a photo of you.
People take pictures of me all the time.
You're like, I don't give a shit if someone's
That's
taking
right.
a picture of me.
It's just the way I live.
All right, this one, a downward angle, artistic. This is the angle that you would take a dick pic of
Right, which I would never do.
because it looks bigger.
Yeah, which I would never do.
You'd never do a dick pic, or you would never
Never.
take that angle.
I would never do a dick pic.
Well, do you want me to take one and put it on
No,
here?
thank you.
For
I'll
you?
pass.
Yeah, this one, you've got a big ol'. You're laughing. You're showing I'm a fun guy.
And the person who helped me out with that profile said that it was good that I had that picture because I'm showing I have teeth.
Oh yeah, that is good. On Grindr, that's not as important.
It's actually a minus.
Okay, this one here. This is good. You look thinner in this one.
Oh, thanks.
Well, but it's also you have less of a beard. It's more sculpted.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a like a blazer, a red blazer, which is not common. So you're like, hey, I'm not like those other guys.
I'm not like every other guy.
You have your hair blown up, which is good. Very hip. If you're like, hey, if you were into Parker Lewis,
Can't lose with
you
this.
can't lose with this guy. And then is this the okay? So this one is you in a tuxedo, looking off mysteriously.
Very James Bond.
It is very James Bond. And then here's you walking down the sidewalk. Is this in downtown Winter Garden?
Yeah.
Yeah, you walking down the sidewalk. This looks like the cover to like a Christian rock album.
Well, it shows that I am ambulatory, that I can move.
You can move.
And it shows my full body.
Right? Yeah, but I've something about the. Let me zoom in on your face. Can I zoom in here? Yeah.
Which
well,
apparently
kind of.
people don't do enough is the full body shots.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean it looks good, but I think it's the solid color button up with the t-shirt underneath, the gray t-shirt and the bright blue jeans and the fancy shoes. You do look like a youth pastor.
Well, I'm going to help you, understand.
And this is your album. And then we're back to the professor.
The graduate.
Yeah. That's good. It's a good
Yeah, it's
profile.
good, right? It's good. You would think it was be good. Nothing. Let's see. Let's see how I'm doing on the old messages.
Okay. the way you flick away at your phone
No.
is
Likes. 0.
0 likes. Boost me.
No.
Why?
Because it's more money.
How much is that to
I don't know.
boost?
Let's find out. $7 for one boost.
$7. Boost yourself.
I'm not gonna get boost.
Ed, boost
Let them
yourself.
boost themselves. No,
It's how much?
It's $7. It works out to $34.99 per month.
Okay.
Three boosts for $17.99.
3 boosts for
I don't
$17.99.
need to boost. What do I need to boost?
Well, because you have 0, no one's seeing you.
Eh,
You know what? Lie about your age.
no, I don't want to lie about anything.
Ed, you will
Todd.
eventually get caught. But at that point, you got him.
There's also something to that, is the fact that, at 52, I'm certainly not, out of the woods. I'm not done with, having a relationship or whatever.
Right.
But there's also a real ick factor to a guy over 50 for women who, like I said, I put 33 to 52 as my age range.
Yeah.
The women 33 to like 45, 46,
Yeah.
somewhere in there. There's a large contingency that I would imagine that, based on the women I've spoken to,
Right.
who find that to just be old. I'm just
Right.
old.
But here's the other
I'm
thing.
just straight up old.
It's not that you're old.
But
the
I'm not.
other thing is, but you know how you put what you're searching for?
Yeah.
Like the fact of the matter is, there may be a 40-year-old woman who would be totally into you, but she has her age range set to like say 45.
Yeah.
So she's not even getting the opportunity to see your photo.
But that's not going to happen with the boost.
Isn't there a paid thing where it hides your age, and then
I
you
could just
get that in a conversation?
I could just take my age off my profile.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like that. I think that's dishonest.
No, you're not. I'm not saying if they say how old are you, you go 27, and then
Life's treated me really rough.
I just got over a heroin addiction, and no, I'm just
So anyway,
saying.
yeah, and my Facebook profile looks pretty much like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, nothing. Nada.
Well, when we do the dating game featuring Cousin Ed,
Yeah.
we're gonna find someone,
Would it be pathetic if you do the dating game?
and no one
Like-
shows up.
Like here, we got 3 bachelorettes, but nobody showed up yet. And
No, we'll get people here. And I'll say, when Ali did his,
one's going to be my mom.
I saw her the other day.
I know.
I went to go see her.
Yep.
She kept giving me candy and like putting her hand on my thigh.
Really?
No, I ordered her a shirt.
Yeah.
What we did with Ali is we actually reached out to a mutual friend of all of ours and said, "Hold on, my chair is on my headphone cable."
That was very real. Now that made for a real podcast.
Yeah.
Now people can really feel like they're here.
They're like, people driving in their car are like, "Oh shit, what?" Well, I'm suddenly not on the road. I'm inside
maybe
of a
I'm on
theater.
his headphone cable. Maybe it's me.
Sorry.
Apparently Canadians listen to you.
Yeah, we're huge in Canada. We actually have listens in
What up, Ottawa?
England. We do have a pretty decent listening base there.
Well, awesome. Or should I say, since it's England, brilliant.
Brill.
Brill.
What was I saying? I was saying
You were saying how things
with
work
Ed.
with Ali.
Yeah, with Ali, what we did is we reached out to mutual friends that we all have and said, "Hey, we're doing the dating game. Can you think of anyone that would be fun on the show?" Because we're not sending you off,
No, you're
on
gonna
a
do the
weekend
date right
getaway.
there.
Yeah, dates right on stage. We're all watching to make sure you're not getting murdered.
Right, yeah.
Do you know about the dating game killer? Did we talk about that?
Acula.
Yes.
Rodney Acula.
Rodney Acula, Dracula.
We already talked about this.
Did we talk about it on the podcast?
I think we did. I remember talking about it.
But have you done a show here yet since we've reopened?
Yeah.
And so we did a podcast.
But we didn't do a podcast because you forgot the
Oh, you're
equipment
right.
that night.
You're right.
But I remember back, I believe it was when Ali was doing the dating game,
Yeah.
and we had the podcast leading up to that, and we were talking about we were
yeah.
promoting it. We talked about
yeah.
Rodney Acula.
Yeah, this dude
dating game killer.
was like a serial killer and went on the dating game show and won, and then was creepy with the girl backstage. And she went up to the producers and was like, "I'm not going out on
I'm
a
not
fucking date
doing
with this guy.
No.
This dude's going to kill me."
Yep. Turned out he was a killer.
Yeah.
Killer.
All right. Well,
All right.
so what have we talked about? We talked about your dating life. We talked about
a little bit about my ex's dating life, which I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, no, she's doing great. She's I'm all over her Instagram. Man, I've never seen her so happy.
That's good. That's good.
So Ed, we should talk about what we learned today because we have a show coming up. So Ed, what have you learned today?
I learned that I probably should just make my profile really simple. Just say I'm 6'3" and leave it at that. Unless my profile is going on Grindr, then apparently I have a lot to say about the three Goldilocks and the three bears and the various foods I like to eat.
Just say, instead of saying 6'3" on Grindr, just put full 7.
No.
And then say versatile.
No.
I'll fill it out for you later.
But there'll be a mask on it. So what did you learn today?
Well, today I learned that if something were to happen to Renette, I'm not implying that I'm planning something.
That you're big in Canada and England, so you could just replace her.
If something were to happen to Renette, I don't want to go on Grindr because when Josh said someone said Yuckers.
Well, it wasn't on Grindr.
It was on... It's Tinder.
Tinder.
Is that what I said?
You said Grindr. Well, I don't want to go on Grindr.
I mean, I feel like if something happens to Renette, I'm just going to try something new anyway. So
there you go.
So, all right, we're Mama's Comedy Show. You can find us every Friday night. Call 407-363-1985 to make a reservation. You can follow us on social media. Please follow us on social media. Search for Mama's Comedy Show on Facebook. Our Instagram is starting to take off. We're only like... we're a little bit away from 5,000 likes on Facebook. So that's a pretty... We should talk about doing like a special show for that.
You should.
Our anniversary show is coming up. We'll announce that later on.
Oh,
the big 1-3. We're
really? We're 13 years old?
13.
Dang, man, we're gonna have... You know what we should do?
I'm getting hair down there.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should have... It's a bar mitzvah, right? At 13. We should have a Mama's Comedy Show bar mitzvah.
And have people bring us cash.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
But the only problem with having a bar mitzvah is that there's a lot of expectations. We're going to provide a lot of entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
We're not that entertaining.
No. Yeah, we'll announce that. It'll be in July, so it's coming
mitzvah.
up.
The Mama bar mitzvah.
Ma bar mitzvah.
Mama?
Ma bits.
Well,
ma bits.
Is Mama's Comedy Show male or female?
We are a they, them.
Well, what is the they, them for the bar bot crowd?
We're speaking to the resident Jew. Bar Momsva.
Bar Momsva.
We're 13. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
We'll provide information on that on our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and now TikTok. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.